Hello guys, it's Tia from Tara by Tia. I'm back with another video. Today we are asking the question, what generational curses are you meant to break this lifetime? Or just in general, if you don't believe in reincarnation and all that. Alright, so 1, 2, and 3. If you guys need more time, you can pause the video. I will always be here for you when you get back. But yes, 1, 2, and 3. What generational curses are you meant to break this lifetime? We're gonna go ahead and get to number 1. Please remember, this is not a personal reading. If you guys need a personal reading, there are plenty of other readers on this app, this platform, or online that can give you an accurate and concise reading to your answers, or answers to your questions. There we go. Anyway, ooh, okay. This already fell out. This is giving past life vibes. You may actually believe in reincarnation, which, I mean, that makes sense. But because energy cannot die and it cannot be created, right? As far as we know, what happens to it when the body is gone, it can just come back into the body, right? That's how I see it. But anyway, even has no life form. But anyway, we want to know what generational curses you guys are meant. Okie dokie. Lover's card. The Hanged Man. I'm already getting like self-sacrificing. And the 8 of Wands. Okay, for some reason I'm hearing, yeah, okay. Self-sacrificing and sacrificing yourself for some of you guys might feel like it's the greater good. It could be a family where you're always the person that everybody comes to, even when you're broken down, like it's coming off also as boundaries. It's like not having the proper boundaries, always coming to the rescue for other people. I always get this card, or feel this card as somebody being rescued because there's a rope being like cast down and wrapped around this person. It's feeling like you feel like, uh now excuse the term, but Captain Save a Ho. It's like you feel like you have to save everyone. You cannot save everyone. I feel like maybe it was traumatic to realize at one point that you can't save everyone. Everyone does not want to be saved as well. And you kind of have to accept it. And people who like can see ways to save other people often don't apply that same thing in their own lives. So it's like, really, you guys are being encouraged to focus on yourselves and don't pass that down. Don't pass that down. I was going to say to your kids, and there goes a card that can indicate children. It's also good to teach your kids boundaries. Also teach your kids, good touch, bad touch. That's all I'm going to say about that. Saying anything that's going to happen, just that's probably a good practice. Somebody's uncle likes to steal a lot. um, Maybe in your youth you might like to steal a little bit as well. And that's, maybe you went to jail for it. I don't know. But there was the moon card for that. Um, I'm also getting something about communication. Needing to communicate clearly. What I'm hearing is to communicate, to be unclear is to be unkind. This also is here. Yeah, it's like it's being forthright, being honest. I'm seeing holes the grandmother from Holes, where she was like, take me up the mountain so I can drink, but the man left her and didn't do what he was supposed to do. You guys might actually have some spiritual work that you need to do regarding your ancestors. Mistrustful, distrustful, dishonest behavior. There we go. Sorry, dishonest behavior. Somebody might have inherited a stutter due to. It's like somebody said, "Bite your tongue. You may never, say anything clearly again." And that was something that has been holding on to maybe the first daughter, the first son, or whatever. It's really coming off as like an actual generational curse, not just like the metaphorical thing where maybe your ancestors were alcoholics, or you saw it in the house and you grow up to be an alcoholic or whatever. It's coming off as like somebody actually did something to your bloodline regarding communication. It's like, I mean, I personally wouldn't make a pact with somebody who has the ability to do certain things in the spiritual realm and then go back on it because it can bind you. This is also coming up as being bound. So I mean, go to a reader that if that resonates with you, it's like for one or two, not everybody. Um, you may want to see what you can find there and see what needs to be done to appease and bring balance back for future generations. I am also seeing this as like, you see the puff of fog or whatever it is coming out of the wolf's mouth. It's coming off very much as communication that needs, like, something about the communication needs to be addressed. It could be just like a new learned behavior that you need to take on so that, you can, if you guys have kids, you can teach your kids. This is also coming off as generational, where he's the youngest one. He's like the son. This is like the mother, the grandmother. And that one over there is like the mother. Could also be an older sister, an older aunt. The hangman, please. There are some family secrets that need to be, looked at. Could be a Pisces situation going on here. There are some things that are being held on to that need to be let go. Money seems slow. So there might be a financial cleansing that needs to be had. And money could be tied to emotions. And there could be like a generational issue, conflict that like is holding back the money. You could also have blocks because of things that your immediate family did, because there's the king, the knight, and the queen here, and they're all the same suit. So it really is feeling like passed down through generations, like a financial slowness or financial stinginess, miserliness. What I'm also getting is that um, the more generous you are, the more you attract to you. So if you attracted, or if you, for some reason, I'm hearing contracted, um, this like financial virus is what it's coming off as. It's like a mental virus where it's not like a physical sickness. It's like a mental sickness where there's miserliness in the family. It's like the remedy for that is being more emotionally generous, because it's coming off as the emotions being tied to the finances. Um, it's coming off as being more generous will help remedy that. But also, I'm also hearing like maybe there's financial ignorance. And I don't mean that to be rude. That's what I'm hearing. It's like there's financial ignorance. Like getting classes and becoming financially literate will help to remedy this issue, because sometimes some generational curses are just based off of not knowing, you know. So getting the knowledge will help. Bringing balance, like communication, we'll talk about what that will help. We're looking at the Lover's card here now. I'm hearing Philando Castro's name, but I think it's just because his first name sounds like philanderer. Reflection, self-reflection. The Lover's card can be lovers, or it can also be choices. And this is 3 people on the card, so it's kind of feeling like maybe there is a history of philandering. This is also a marriage, so it's like maybe there's a history of philandering. Um, Maybe there's a history of like ending up single in like as people get older, and like seeing marriage as a burden. So it's really coming off like, what are you supposed to do here? I don't know why, but like faithfulness being a problem, and it leads to like divorces and like big shakedowns and stuff. It's like how do you remedy that? Like how do you remedy somebody being like a generational curse of attracting or being in relationships that are not, the best, and may also have cheating and stuff like that. And it's like it's really coming. I'm hearing all in the family. It's a corn song. Okay, that's a really brutal porn song. So I might post that down below. I might not. I might just like y'all can go watch it on your own. We'll see what happens. Okay, so this is coming off as responsibility. It's like personal responsibility for choices and actions. Even if it's like choosing to cheat, it's like thinking first before acting, um, and taking personal responsibility for your actions as well. So there might be like a victim mentality that needs to be addressed. Bible swords. Pettiness as well might need to be addressed. But I do see, because that's the underlying energy. It's like this is what the result of the generational curses is like, uh constantly going through transformation, constantly like not having stability, and you could have also had people from the old country, whatever that country is for you, where this is what caused them to have to flee. These two things may have caused them to have to flee, and that trauma was passed down, and it's like underlying, and it kind of, I mean, I can understand, like, for example, my great grandmother pretty much raised me, and she was born or she was raised during the Great Depression, and some of her miserliness, I was exposed to it, right? And my mom was, my grandmother was, and we were all kind of like in the same house. So it's like that could be a generational curse that gets passed down to people. Miserliness leads to miserliness. Um, so it's like, for example, if this was the Great Depression and that energy got passed down, it can be healed, but there are things that have to be done. Like you have to actively, you know, do things to heal this. And some you might have like a lot of petty relatives. Somebody has to take the first step and say, look, I'm changing, I'm not doing this anymore. I am moving out of that. And this could also be poverty, like a poverty mindset as well. And I'm not going to say anything is flippant. It's, oh my God, all you have to do is change your mindset and, think about things and attract things. You have to do other things to make the law of attraction work. You have to take the inspired action to move forward. So I feel like getting more education, doing, figuring out what's going on with the communication, um, financial literacy, personal accountability can help turn like finally in these cycles and like, you know, start to prosper and move away from all of this stuff. So that being said, for you guys, I think that's it. If you guys need more clarification here, let me know in the comment section. I might be able to do an extended and just post it on YouTube instead of putting it on Gumroad. And we will see what comes of it. I hope that made some sense. Let me know. I like to hear. I haven't been getting a whole lot of comments recently, but I would love to get more comments because I like to read them. But just be polite. We can go from there. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you want to, you guys can donate to my Cash App, which will be in the description box because my birthday is coming up. I was born 111. All right, deck number 2. We're gonna see what generational curses you guys are meant to break this lifetime. I wanted to say life cycle for some reason. Okay, for some reason I'm feeling like maybe a lot of you guys don't really have an issue with me. But we're gonna see what comes out. No. What generational curses? Number 2. Meant to break this lifetime. Now, this is not a personal reading. Just take it with a grain of salt or whatever. If it doesn't resonate, that's fine. If it does, I would love to hear about it in the comments. But we want to know what generational curses you meant to break in your lifetime. Okay, that was a weird one. Somebody out there might not want children, and you're being pressured to have children. Maybe the reason why you don't want kids is because you've seen what it's like to have children and like not really want them. And then you know how that turns out. The kid might get abused in foster care, and things of that nature. And the way for you to break that generational curse is just not having any kids, which is fine if that's what you want. Somebody's like, the bloodline ends with me, and that's fine if that's what you want. Depression. That is immediately. And there goes judgment card. People are naked, so judgment card. Okay. And there goes the Emperor. So I do feel like you guys, I don't see there being a problem with money necessarily, but it's feeling like depression, like generational depression. And the might have like family members, like male family members that work very hard to provide for the family, but they end up like going very young. Um, some of them feel like they're mean too. The judgment cards, these 9 of Cups. This could also be like diabetes. This could be health related. Tower card. Yeah, so I feel like it's coming off as like people going very young, and this is something that can be changed fairly. I'm not gonna say easy. I feel like it's something that can be changed. I feel like there's anxiety and depression in the family. Um, It really feels like it started with like a major, if it wasn't a death in the family, it's coming off as like a major change that wake up call. Sorry. It's coming off as like a major change that was very traumatic that happened to an ancestor, and that might have gotten passed down in your epigenetics, not just like, a mindset or a a set of circumstances that can just easily be changed. It feels like epigenetic information that kind of predisposes your family to depression. I'm not a doctor. Please, if you need assistance, there like anxiety and depression, um, seek professional help. I'm hearing life coach, therapy, somebody who knows about like even a dietitian, somebody who knows about nutritious food, because it's coming off as maybe eating your feelings and it being the generational curse, because it's coming off as like health issues, honestly. I'm hearing too much sugar, pizza every night, not enough vegetables. I'm also seeing this picture down here next to his foot. Honest to God, never seen this picture before, but I'm seeing it now. Never pay attention to it. It's coming off as maybe people liking to drink a lot or do like indulge a lot. And it really like it might be heart disease. Again, I'm not a doctor. Seek professional help if this resonates with you. Seeing two brothers that might have been twins. King of Cups, yep, definitely. Just coming off as like dread and depression and well, there you go. Hold on. I said I'm feeling like I'm seeing twins that are two brothers. They might have been like on the cusp of um a water sign and a fire sign. Was that Cancer and Leo, I think? And one might have been a Cancer, one might have been a Leo, and they're like 12 and 12:01 or 11:59 p.m. and 12:01 they were born. And it's like it kind of maybe sort of started with them, but I do feel like maybe these are business partner brothers, and I'm really feeling like money is not necessarily an issue. You might be able to manifest, whatever physical thing that you want, but it's coming off as um two different lines of the family that may also is hold on. I'm sorry. Because what I'm seeing is what is that? The Hatfields and the McCoys. There may be a rift in the family that's been there for generations. It's like you know of each other, but you're not close. And I feel like one side can offer the other side something that can patch up the I'm sorry. I didn't mean to I'm sorry. I don't know why I laughed like that. I think it's because of the reference. I think there was a whole show about it before on TV Land, but it is coming off as a family thing. It might be over money. Maybe your side of the family got the money, the other side got nothing, and it's one of those feud type things that can be fixed if one side, excuse me, or the other um offers something like this. So take what resonates with the rest. We're gonna clarify the Five of Cups. The Empress. So this is coming off as somebody's grandmother, um, who had depressions that she might have, and this is not something that I'm predicting. This is something that it feels like it already happened. Looks like somebody's grandmother might have been so depressed and like distraught that she, did something to herself. She might have been a fire sign. And this coming off as maybe something happened to her when she was younger and she carried it her entire life, didn't get any therapy, and she just decided to shuffle off this moral coil on her own. She may have also been she might be this two different storylines. It feels like depression might have caused her to have an issue, but it's also feeling like somebody might have manifested this against her or spoke words over her life or something. A grandmother might have been like a bit dramatic. Um, I'm hearing histrionic and might have like said something over somebody else that caused depression, like between these two people. And this could also just Monday. That's not for everybody. That last storyline, but this one is feeling like more general, where depression just runs in the family. It's like this woman down here is this woman's daughter, and that's just passed down between them, and it keeps going down and down and down and not being addressed. And we've also got the Empress and the Emperor out here as well. So maybe she's suppressed because this is coming off as something like back in the day when patriarchy was more thriving. It's coming off as her just being unhappy and depressed because of the situation. Probably couldn't even get a bank account. And this man just being like before, I said he felt like a mean man. It's coming off as him feel like a mean man, and that seeing that got passed down to the like women in the family, and they might just attract mean or mean partners. What was that? That was very strange. The Emperor is the world. That is, yeah. So I feel like this person is already gone. I also feel like this was probably his personality, where he was just not a nice person. Give him something, he's gonna destroy it. And I'll see a glimpse of this. He might have had like all kinds of habits, all kinds of codependency, all kinds of like devil type behaviors. He could have actually been, somebody who was, let's just leave it at codependency, alcoholism, and stuff like that, because I could go down a whole rabbit hole. Um, but I don't think it's that. If I was okay, if I were going to do an extended, that information would be in there, because that feels like we're getting over to more serious stuff. But this person is coming over. It's not very nice. I feel like he's already gone. Um, I feel like he was very controlling and probably like really kept control over his wife, like made her the main focus of his life, but not in a good way. You know what I mean? Coming home every night, you know how it used to be in the 1950s. There's a whole TV show where that man, he'll come home and he'll talk to his wife and say, bang, zoom, straight to the moon. That is a joke about abusing your wife. And that's what this is coming off as. So yeah, whatever, all forms of abuse, you know. So with that being said, I think we talked about the health things, where those things can be addressed. A dietitian, a doctor, a therapist, whatever the case may be. Um, like bad blood between two brothers, the sections of the family that have been fractured can be brought to get back together if you, like extend a hand, maybe invite them somewhere. Just but do whatever you feel is best, because maybe it's just best to leave it alone. That's up to you guys. But that it's coming off as a generational curse. It's not going to stop until both sides of the family are so far apart that it's unrecognizable. We talked about the depression, therapist, therapy. Also, maybe reach out to somebody who can do like a cleansing that can reset everything for you guys. And we talked about the partners, like abusive partners. That feels like a therapy thing as well. So if any of this resonates with you, please, please, please reach out to the proper people that can help you. So this man also feels like he might be haunting the family. So maybe again, proper people, the professionals that can help with that. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If it resonated, please comment below, or you can email me, whatever the case may be. Um, yeah, bye for now. So deck number 3, you guys are the Green Aventurine that is not tumbled. It is rough. I feel like there's a lot of potential in this deck. A lot of potential in the secrets of this deck. That's more accurate way to that. We want to know what generational curses you guys are meant to break in this lifetime. Don't do that. For some reason, I'm seeing sparks, like somebody doing this with their fingers and sparks coming up. Have you guys ever forgotten to put a dryer sheet in your dryer, and then you you open the dryer, pick the clothes out with your fingers, well, your hands, and it's dark, and you see like static. You can see the static electricity. I feel like you guys you might have like blocked your natural abilities, because it's in my mind, it's being connected to the firebenders in Avatar: The Last Airbender. And it also feels like poltergeists. Your family might have some kind of like pent up energy. Like you guys, it feels like you guys are manifestors or people who might be attracted to occult things, but the family feels like it's so religious and so maybe Catholic or Baptist or wherever it might be for you guys, that the gift has been stifled. If it were me, now I can't tell you what you do with your life. If it were me, I would just study and learn the truth, because I feel like they're like Celtic druids, shaman, um, workers, people who can speak over people's situation to just change them. You guys might have avid church going feminine ancestors who they could just say something and it shows up. They can actually, their prayers actually get answered. They might be able to like lay hands on people and heal them. But they might have stifled the other abilities they had, because they could have been seers. They could have been people who could just read your energy and be like, you got something going on, this is what you need to do. And then I was stifled that because they felt like it was evil. But like I said, I can't tell you what to do, but if it was me and that was a generational curse, I would do some studying, maybe find somebody who is a trusted, legitimate teacher to help remove the blocks. But that was just a channel message that I got while I was shuffling. Shuffling, for some reason, just helps me to stay connected. I'm starting to wonder if I even need cards anymore, but I like them. They feel like a comfortable place for me. So anyway, a generational curses that people need to be focusing on or breaking this time. It's like religion came into your family. Your family was like grow like a beautiful pasture, and your family might be from a place where there's like a beautiful meadow, and that might be in your last name. Some kind of like maybe whatever the language is, it's like meadow or forest or a name of a tree, arboles or something like that. And it's like the religion came in, and there's this old saying about the missionaries in Africa. The people had the land, they had the spirituality, they had everything that they needed, and then the missionaries came in with a book and then gave them the book, and the missionaries ended up receding like freaking floodwaters. The people had the book and no land. The missionaries had the land and no book. The book was the Bible. All right, cards, come on. That's what it's been like for y'all's family, which is interesting. Woo! 7 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Not acting. There's a lot of inaction here. I feel like you guys might have a talent for seeing, like foresight. I feel like you guys have the talent of foresight, but the curse of not acting on the foresight because you don't believe it. You don't. There we go. Not accepting the information. Not taking the intuition. It's like you guys get intuition. You guys get the intuitive hits is what I wanted to say. And you don't believe them. And it's like later on, it's like hindsight is 2020 for you guys. A lot. And I feel like the further down, the further on the family lives, the more generations, it's like the gift gets weaker and weaker because it's not nurtured. It's like this is a block. This is like the gift that needs to be nurtured. This person's trying to eat these grapes. It's like the gift is being starved, especially like these weeds. It's like the weeds are starving the gift. And it's like the gift is waiting to be harvested. You can grow it if you want to. You need to the practice to make it bigger and stronger, um, so that you can use it. And that's what the advice here is, to stop fighting it so much. I feel like you guys already know what I'm talking about. One last time for the 7 of Pentacles, please. Aha! Are you serious? Okay. There's the High Priestess. I feel like that you guys, like I said before, seers, fortune tellers, people who could possibly speak, people might be able to see the future for like precognition. Um, I also feel like eating a cleaner diet will help keep your third eye up here clear so that you can nurture it. I'm feeling my own third eye. It's what I'm seeing with this is like it's looking for an outlet. It's always looking for an outlet. Your gifts, your natural gifts have always been looking for an outlet, but they've been stifled, they've been fought against. There's teachings that maybe the gift is evil. And like I said before, if you guys are like victims of poltergeists, it's there are some theories that poltergeists are not necessarily entities, or they are entities, but they're attracted to certain people because certain people have certain gifts. If like things started to move around when you were younger, or when the lights started to flicker when you're in the room, or you always get shocked when you're like around like electrical outlets or objects or something. Maybe you even sap the batteries energy when you're near things for too long. Maybe when you wear your watch, your battery in your watch dies, you have to replace it more than other people would have to. It's because you've got some kind of energy that you need to expel, and it's coming out in certain ways. Um, and maybe you're just like, oh, that's just how it is. My dad was like that. My dad's dad was like that. My uncle was like that. It's just how we are. It's because you guys have okay, all right, and it's being stifled and it's not gone yet. You know, if you continue to like let the weeds grow and not accept it, it feels like this is like at least 4 generations where it's been offered, but it's been ignored. But if you continue to let the weeds grow, it will eventually go. It might take a while. It might take 4 more generations to completely and totally be gone. But it's looking for an outlet. It really feels like it's a responsibility that was put upon your family that you guys are just ignoring. And even if it's not poltergeist, I do feel like there are symptoms of this gift, but you guys are just, like I said before, I'm ignoring it. Maybe it really feels like maybe it comes down through the men in the family. Somebody might be Romani, and their identity may have been wiped when they came to or moved to a different area. And maybe they thought that, it might have actually skipped this particular man. So he didn't believe in it. And when it started happening to his children, he just thought it was, old wives' tales or whatever. Yeah, are you serious? What is okay? Hello. Hello. It's like knocking on your door, but you guys are ignoring it. These 2 cards are about occult knowledge. I feel like you guys had some powerful ancestors at one point, and it just gets passed down through your family, through the blood. And it's being ignored, it's being fought against. It's like if you nurture it, um, I mean, I really feel like you can just it's looking for an outlet. I feel like it won't take you long to get yourself together and start, start practicing. But yeah, the generational curse here would be like to ignore your blessings. That's the way it's coming off as. It's like the way to receive your blessings, and this is like a card of having everything you want and need. The way to receive your blessings is to stop ignoring it. And maybe you're like, what's the first step? The first step is to acknowledge that it's there and that it's real. And I know it might be hard because this feels like, something that you've been taught for a long time that's not real, it's evil, it's fake, or whatever. But I mean, it's here for you. And I feel like studying will also help you to nurture it. Nurturing it, stop fighting it, acknowledging it. Um, and things of that nature will help you to manifest it into your reality. And it feels like uncomfortable. It's like wearing clothes that are the wrong size, shoes that are two sizes too small, clothes that are too tight. It's like if you just buck out of it. And I'm not telling anybody to put down their old religion, well, the new one, because it feels like the old religion is the one that's like calling to you. But um and you might find benefit in actually like looking through your genealogy and seeing where your people are from. And that could also, and looking at their culture and studying that culture, it feels like can also help you identify exactly what it's called and what it is. But anyway, looking for an outlet, it's trying to get out, it's trying to like manifest, and you guys just not let it do it's that's what it feels like anyway. It's like it wants to come out and it's just not being allowed to. So, is there anything else? I think I lost a thought. I had a thought, but I lost it. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna go have a potato. I'm hungry. Making a sweet potato. But yeah, the advice would be to stop ignoring it. Because this is also the hand of God here. Whatever God or gods, it's like this is the hand of God. And the hand of God is being ignored. And there may also be forms of punishment that come down because you are ignoring. Somebody might have been a priest or a priestess for a certain god, and that god is like, or a certain entity. It's feeling like a benefic type of energy though. And it's like the family at one point may have pledged, the firstborn son or whatever to be the priest for this particular god, and that's not been happening. And it's like that particular god might be angry. Just find a reader from your culture, um, a trusted one that might be able to look further than I can see and see what they have to tell you. Because I'm just a general reading on YouTube, and who knows? Maybe I'm just playing with cards and don't know anything. Who knows? Uh, I know what I know, but anyway, I'm rambling now. I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully. I love you guys. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Get that reading from somebody you trust from your culture that can tell you more than I can. See you guys in the next one. Bye for now.